Hello everyone, I'm David Dean Hastings and welcome to D'Artagnan's Gym Foundations. The idea for D'Artagnan's Gym came about many years ago when I was teaching private classes in the East Village in New York City. The idea was for the first half of the class we would work on high intensity interval training or very foundational training of basic muscle groups. And then the second half of the class we're using sword techniques to push through exhaustion so your body knows to only use those movements that it needs to in any one moment. It was all about also using bare essentials, no really fancy gym equipment. Whatever you had on hand is what we used, very basic things. So we're just going to use some things around my house or maybe even in my house in this first installment of Foundations. Everything you need before you pick up a sword. So you need a strong foundation to be able to have balance, to have stability. It is your platform from which all of your attacks and all of your defenses originate. So you need to have a strong base, strong legs, strong glutes, strong core. I know that Judy Lewis Oakler had a video recently about building core strength. So we're going to work more today on leg building and move forward from there. The first exercise is the basic squat. Squats are one of those all-purpose, multifunctional exercises that build a lot of the major muscle groups in your lower body. You don't need to have any special equipment for this. You don't need to have anything. In fact, if you wanted to use a chair to have your glutes touch down before you come back up, that might be useful so you know you are squatting low enough. I actually have a tree trunk right here in the backyard, and so if I'm standing in front of it and I lower my glutes down and I touch down, I know then to push through my heels and come straight up. I come down and I'm trying to keep a relatively straight back. I don't want to sit forward and sit down like this, right? I want to push through my heels and come down and come back up. I'm not really sitting, I'm just touching down. So I want to do a number of those reps. So if I can do maybe 15 repetitions in one set, maybe I can do 3 or 4 sets of 15, you're going to then start to feel that burn in your thighs and your glutes. And that's good. That's good because then you're building that musculature that you're going to need for all of your platform, the balance, the stability that you're going to need when you're executing any of these sword techniques. The next exercise I'm going to do is a wall sit. All you need is a flat surface like a wall or something like that. I'm very fortunate to have an outdoor space and I've got a tree right here, so I'm going to use the tree, have that be the surface that I'm going to lean against. So what I want is I want my back pressed against it. I want to be crouched low enough that my thighs are parallel to the ground, and I want to really think about pushing my back into that surface. So take a look. I'm going to squat down until I get to about parallel. I want my feet to be right underneath me, and I want to push my back against the tree. Now I want to sit here, and I'm going to feel that my quadriceps, the top part of my thighs. If I want a little extra burn, I want to extend my arms forward like this above my head so they're parallel to my ears. And I want to think about pushing my back flat against the wall or the tree. I don't want my sway in the back to happen. So I want to sit here for about 30 seconds, 45 seconds, right? If you can do 3 sets of those for 45 seconds apiece, so you have a 45-second period, take a brief, maybe 15-second break, then another 45 seconds. I guarantee you by the third one, it's going to feel the burn in your thighs. The next exercise is one that my teacher had us do in class, and they're called monkey walks. Now they're very similar to a farmer's walk that you might see at a gym, but a few differences. If I'm standing here, I want to take a nice big step forward so that my knee is going to be over my heel and I'm allowing that back leg to bend, right? I want to make sure that I'm not actually touching that knee down onto the ground. Now instead of rising up, I'm going to move forward here and then take a nice step so that my knee is again over my heel and this knee is just above the ground, and I continue forward to do that without rising up. Now I can do about 5 steps one direction. I can get up, stretch out my legs, and then go back. Another thing that most of you have in and around your house or your apartment are stairs. So climbing stairs is a great way to build up your leg muscles. This nice sturdy stump here in the back will be nicely used nicely for me. It's also pretty high, so it's going to be challenging for me. So again, I want to step up. I want to really think about pushing down on my leg as opposed to using my back or other muscles in my upper body to push me up onto this stump. So I want to stand nice and relaxed. I take that one foot up, have a nice firm press, and I want to push off of it. And then I'm going to come down, put the other foot down, and then again I'm going to use the left. I'm going to think about pushing down with this heel as I come up. And I come down here. Try to keep your upper body straight up and down, and think about pushing through that heel as you go up onto that step. I would say do about 10 repetitions on each foot, so a total of 20, and that's one set. If you do 3 sets of those, you're gonna feel it. Now don't forget to hit the smaller muscles of the leg, the calf muscles. Those are also very hard to train, but often neglected as well. So you can do this without any equipment at all, or if you have a few hard-bound textbooks or library books, you could use them as well. And I'm going to use the cutoff base of a stump that is in my yard, but again, you don't need anything at all. At the top of the movement, you squeeze your calves. Watch. I have the front part of my feet on the surface or on the ground, and I just go up and I releve, bringing my heels off the ground, and I'm squeezing my calves at the top, and then I drop back down, and I come back up and I squeeze at the top, and I come back down, and once again squeeze at the top, come back down. And I could do quite a few of these because these smaller muscles are hard to train, so I want to take my time with them. I don't want to rush, and I want to really squeeze at the top before I come back down. So all of those exercises are very good for building up muscle and endurance for your lower half in order to do the things that you need to do. Now this video is going out to all of the different semesters, and the second, third, and fourth semesters will know the things I'm about to do now. First semester, you're going to get a little preview of what is to come with footwork. Footwork is designed to move across the ground, either to go and get what you want or away from the thing that's trying to hurt you. So the things I'm about to do now are applications of footwork that